Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, you guys remembered. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's gonna be sort of a celebration video. It is the 3-year anniversary of the release of my 2017 film, The Audition. Also, we called to Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and told you guys that we were going to be making this video, so if you send us in a question, hopefully we'll be able to answer it here. What this film did for me, particularly from a professional standpoint, was it made me take the craft a whole lot more serious than I think I was up until that point. So all of the decisions I was making, I was thinking basically throughout the entire making of the film with using a different part of my brain rather than just oh, this is fun, we're having a great time. I was thinking about it from a business perspective and from a marketing perspective, while not losing the fact that I was still having a good time making the film. Even from the conception of this film, I was making it because there was a contest going on in Los Angeles, and they called upon a small group of filmmakers to make a series of horror films in different genres, and they were assigning different subgenres of horror to different filmmakers, and I got found footage. Primarily, I think this was because I had worked on a found footage film immediately before this, but I was not particularly fond of the found footage genre. I thought it was a cheap way of telling stories. I didn't think you were taken seriously if you were making a found footage film, so I had no interest in it. So when I was given the genre, I was like, wow, found footage. I mean, I'm not passionate about this subgenre of horror. Even though I love standouts within the genre, like I love Paranormal Activity and Quarantine, but ironically, but I was never particularly, it wasn't my favorite subgenre of horror. But when I got to thinking and I got to conceiving an idea for this challenge, I started to think, well, what if the horror comes from the fact that the lead of the film cannot turn off the camera? The camera's rolling whether she wants it to or not. And then the idea was conceived of, well, maybe there's a director who's trying to make his career-defining film, because I very much am still trying to, especially at this time, I was trying to make something bigger than I had done before. But, so that's kind of where the idea of The Audition came from, and the idea of making a movie in the found footage genre, even though up until that point I really didn't have any interest in making one. But yeah, that's kind of how the idea was conceived. Truthfully, I think that horror is, it's definitely becoming more grounded. I think that these stories that people want to tell are very much based more on life than they were in, say, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, whereas they were just about telling a scary story. Now, I'm not particularly interested in telling stories about life. In fact, life does scare me, so I want to kind of, get away from that, because I feel like it will tamper with my art. So I want to tell fairy tales, and even if they're dark, I feel that they're still fairy tales. But I think that a lot of our growing filmmakers and filmmakers who are making a real stamp in the industry right now, genre filmmakers, that are making horror films, like Jordan Peele is making Get Out, which was a social commentary that was fantastic. It swept 2016. So I think that was a very important movie, and I feel like a lot of horror movies that are coming out of Hollywood right now are very based in now and what is going on now with the world and with everyone in it. So yeah, I think very much within the next 10 years we're going to see a lot more of that, and I think it's great. I think it's important. when the film first came out, we got a distribution deal with iBleedIndie.com. That was a video on demand service that is no longer around. It was through the Bloodshed, which is a still vastly growing independent horror film website that I still visit. And they ran it, and it was the first sense of like, wow, I'm doing something decent, halfway decent, which I think did a lot for my self-esteem, especially as a filmmaker, and especially at that time when making this movie. But yeah, I think when that happened, and then also we got our second distribution deal with the film rather recently. Actually, it was in 2018, about a year after the release of the film. We got another distribution deal from the Angerman Distribution Company, which you can still rent the film or purchase the film on VOD. I'll leave a link in the description of the video. I'm still hanging on, hoping that we can get a physical media of the film out there, like we did with my most recent film, Abstraction. I would love to do that with the Audition. I would love to have a physical copy of it because it is one of my most personal films that I've made, and I would love more people to see it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Just a little tidbit into my journey as a filmmaker. If you think that that's kind of stuff is boring, I totally get it. I know, but yeah, for those that stuck around till the end, thank you so much, and have a great day. Be safe, stay creative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.